Previously on Survivor Boston. With Molly and Tony having a complicated past, Molly and Hannah M. work together to make a fake idol for Tony, deceivingly earning his trust. At the immunity challenge, Mete experienced a horrible challenge performance, resulting in their loss.
Moses did not bring a bag.
What did he bring?
Did he bring the cone?
Because of Shelley's own performance, all of Mete was on board to vote her out. But she didn't give up. She made a PowerPoint presentation on why she should stay and asked the Lacu tribe to lend her an idol. However, it didn't pay off and Shelley was sent home. 14 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Are you guys ready to get to your next immunity challenge?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
First things first, Lacu, Eord will take back immunity.
Oh, Bram has ours.
Bram has it.
So we're still immune!
Yeah!
Well played. That sounds suspicious. That sounds like someone's
We had no idea. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. Before we explain the challenge, can each of you just choose one of these cardboard to stand on?
Just stand on it.
Just
stand on it.
Don't do anything. Joe Johnson, can you take your cardboard, lift it up, and then show us the bottom of it?
Do it.
I'm nervous.
Oh God, orange. You'll be switching to Eord.
No! Stop!
No! Switching tribes.
No freaking way! Was that right? Text Brad. Text Brad. Don't be mad.
Keep your cardboard with you.
Okay.
I did see a swap coming, and I'm glad that it eventually did come, actually. I think that the swap, though, is very much needed. I don't know how we would have played with just us.
Brandon, we'll get you next. Can you go ahead and lift up your cardboard and show it to us? Brandon will stay on.
Brandon, you can head over
Go
to
ahead,
Joe.
Joe. Join Joe.
All right, let's have everyone else be quiet though.
Keep your voices down. All right, Sarah, Christo.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Sarah will be joining Lacu.
You can come on this side.
There's no Lacu anymore. We're all different.
All right, Joe Scar. Yeah, lift up yours.
Come on, Joe.
I'm gonna really shake you guys.
Oh!
I need this team.
Joe squared. Here we go. Joe will be staying.
So wait.
So
What?
Molly will be staying on Lacu.
Oh, well that's just.
I'll do Bram's.
Wait. Let me do that.
All right, Nicholas. Yeah.
Want to do Bram's?
No, can I pick?
No. That one's yours. That's Bram's. Do you want to let me? I'll pick up Bram's. I'll pick up Bram's. Where's Bram going?
Green.
Bram will be staying on Lacu.
Oh, PC green.
All right, Nick, you're up.
There is no yellow.
What do you mean there's no yellow?
Lacu. Nick will be staying on Lacu.
Wait, you're white?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
All right, and then M. It's your turn.
Shaking.
Eord.
Good team.
Eord is the best.
Oh, we know.
Watch this now.
Ross is joining Eord. All right, Tony.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, they're two teams.
There's only two.
That was so.
Quiet, guys. Quiet. Lacu. Hannah will be joining Lacu.
Pray. I'm praying.
Stefan.
Yes! Oh my god!
The majority of Eord on the same tribe except for Sarah.
I'm
Sarah, I'm so sorry.
Alright, John, you can go now.
I can't believe my chance.
What I get?
John will be joining Lacu.
Come on!
No, don't do
My
that.
baby!
And I'll pick up for Moses.
Well, he's on our tribe.
Moses will be on Lacu.
My entire tribe! Come on.
Alright.
So, on the new Eord, we have Joe Scar, Brandon, Roz, and Stefan as former Eord members, Joe Johnson and Hannah M as former Lacu members, and Tony as the sole Mete member.
You bet.
Tony, how are you feeling about the new tribe?
Good. I'm not jeopardizing anything right now.
For former Lacu members, we have Molly, Brandon's not here yet, and Nick. And for former Eord members, it's just Sarah Fristo.
We love you.
Mete, we have Moses, Anna C, and John. Nick, how are you feeling about this new tribe?
I'm happy.
You're happy?
You can see it, but I'm
I see.
happy.
All right, what's gonna happen is we're gonna go into a little bit of camp time now, where you guys just get to know your new tribes outside. We'll get you guys new buffs. So wait here while we get you new buffs, and then you guys will head outside, get to know your new tribe.
Honestly, good riddance, Mete. Bye.
You guys tell everyone, like, go on a little cardboard. I'm like, oh, this is totally the comp. It's like whoever can stand on the cardboard the longest. Like, I could do this. I could stand. And you're like, turn it over. And I was like, and I like confidently went to my cardboard. I was the first person to cross the room. You're like, go to your shit. I was like, stop it. I knew exactly which cardboard. I resent that now. I wish I had chosen a different cardboard.
Another fucking throwing challenge. I'm gonna shit.
I'm gay. I was not made for throwing.
Like, just like,
Either tribe had been like people I were friends with and thought I could be aligned with. Eord had Joe, Stefan, and Ross. I feel confident.
It was like there's like a bomb on one end, like the string is slowly burning, and I'm like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? Because I was at the end, I was like close to the end. The whole time I was like, I hope I stay with people I know, like, and I did, thankfully. Cool, I'm on the better tribe, because like I just knew more people, and like I know Tony, I like Tony, and I was excited to be with him. But yeah, I was like, okay, we're gonna kick ass.
Molly is really good with the communication. We're just talking.
Yeah.
You want to go, Joe? Oh no, is she the new fighter? Oh god.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit your shoe. They weren't new Jason.
I think they were like even, like the same amount of like strength and agility and everything. I was really upset to lose Joe. Like Joe is now playing against me, so I was really upset to be his rival. I mean, I like to be his rival, but like we're friends, so.
We insulted her. Can I come up with tribal? You're one of us now.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it's a new leaf.
I just joined this team, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Animal Crossing.
What are you doing?
Okay.
I was late to that when they did the tribe song. When I got there, I was like, no, like they're all over there now, and we're split up, and it was like now I gotta fight each other. And if anything, I think it helped because honestly, I think we were getting too close as a tribe. That isn't to say that it's a bad thing, but you gotta be careful. And I think with new people, we've gotten out of that, so lovey-dovey, and kind of put ourselves back into reality.
Yes. Thank you.
Now that you all are in your new tribes, are you ready to get to the next community challenge?
Oh,
yes. All right.
So today's immunity challenge is a Survivor classic. Today we will be doing a eating challenge.
Oh.
Yes!
Eating what?
So one member from each tribe will approach our nice little desk where we will provide you with 2 things. 2 members from each tribe will eat whatever we give you. The first tribe to completely finish what is on your plate wins a points. We have bark bags.
I haven't puked since middle school, Falmer. Don't do this. Is it real food? Like,
it is all real food.
Okay, it's like nothing like
If it makes you feel better, this is all stuff that I would willingly eat.
Sarah, you said on your season that you'll eat anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. First tribe to 7 points wins immunity. The other tribe, tribal council, where one of you will be voted out of this game.
All right, Eord, Lacu, bring up your first person.
Oh shit, hey, Rob.
We got Roz for Eord, John for Lacu.
You guys both go on the opposite sides of the table.
Like here?
Yeah.
You guys will be having pickle juice.
Oh, easy.
Pickle juice.
All right, on my go.
Start with hands.
On my go. Okay, hands up, hands up. All right. These are great. Survivors ready? Go.
Yeah, John!
Remember to show me your
John,
tongue.
just take like a shot, like a shot!
Lacu wins. That's one for Lacu. Roz still finished.
That's delicious.
Oh, they're right there?
Yep. All right, next up, Spam.
It's not that bad.
It's just meat.
Oh,
Alright, I wanted to try
It's
spam.
a little salty.
It's like Monty Python. Come on, Molly.
So next up, we have Joe Scar for Eord and Molly for Lacu. Survivors ready? Go.
Go, 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 go!
You're a beast! You're a motherfucking beast! Look at you!
Yeah!
You got it! Keep going!
Molly! Drink! He got it.
Hey, come on, right?
Shoot! Swallow it!
Lick the blade!
You got this!
There we go.
Cat food!
Yes.
That's good, Joe. That's good.
Yeah!
Show me your tongue. Show me your tongue.
Wait, show time.
All right, you're good.
Yes! Joe!
That's one for Eord. Yeah, you can drink water.
Yours.
You
Yours.
good.
Your time.
You just use the fork.
I can do it!
Yeah,
Next up is Mayo.
Oh, I'm glad.
I wish I had gone first. Pickle juice.
Save some.
Can I put this into this and grill it?
No.
All right, round 3, we have Brandon taking on Nick, eating a beautiful cup of mayo.
Make sure you show me your tongue and the inside of the cup. Survivors ready? Go.
Yes, Brandon. Yes. It's so normal. It's so normal.
It's
Go! You fucking got it! Put it in your mouth! You got it!
Again,
You got it! Put it in your mouth! I believe in you so much!
Now show me your tongue. Show me your tongue. All right, that's one for Lacu.
Lacu scores. Lacu leads 2-1.
Please be something really nice.
Oh boy.
Oh no, don't say that.
Oh,
Preserved duck eggs.
You got one.
Yeah! Fuck it, is that safe to eat? Is it safe to eat?
I can try it. It's not raw.
No.
Wait, how do I eat it?
Well, crack it. It's there.
Just eat the interior.
Peel off. Guys, people like truly eat this food because it's yummy.
Okay.
Think about that. Think about that.
Survivors ready? Go.
Like a
Oh my god.
You got this, Sarah.
Just get the middle part. That's what's most important.
Just the middle part?
The middle part,
Let's worry about the middle part.
Oh god, this is my favorite.
it's like regular.
It's literally like swallow.
Swallow, sir. You got it. Come on. I know it's left. Just swallow it. Stefan, you got it. Oh, man. Yo, Stefan. So,
If you have to talk,
you're good, Sarah. You're good.
Stefan, come on.
Just water.
You got it.
Sarah, you got it.
You got it. Woo! You got this.
Come on, Sarah.
Oh, come on. Sarah, come on.
Sarah has all of it in her mouth. She just needs to. That's it. 2.
Oh my God. What's the score?
All right. Next up, we have Joe Johnson taking on Hannah. Oh, you guys are gonna be having a chili pepper.
Okay.
All right, we have Joe taking on Hannah C, both eating a chili pepper. Lacu leads 3-1. We are playing to 7. Survivors ready.
Got this.
Go. Hannah!
No milk until the end.
Oh, you put it all the way in her mouth.
Milk if you
Up
need
to the
it.
stem, up to the stem. Up to the stem.
You're doing great, man.
Ooh, so close. So doing amazing, sweetie.
Here, come on, Joe. Last bite. Just take that last bite. Take the last bite and swallow
All of it, all of it.
Swallow it like a pill.
That's it.
Lacu leads 4-1.
Good job, Hannah.
All right, next we got Tony going up against Bram.
Good stuff.
Yeah. We got sardines.
I said no fish. Oh, I hate sardines. I love.
No, you can do it.
No, I literally don't eat fish. I cannot eat fish. I will throw up.
Tony, it's so.
I'm already.
Joe. I love your stuff.
Can I have a fork?
Yeah.
I texted him saying
What's the sort of fork?
Get a little liquid down. Scarf it down.
Yeah, I need
And then mush one of them up a little. Just one.
I can eat them.
Just one. All right. Sardines for Tony going up against Bram.
One sack.
Lacu's 4, right? Lacu leads 4-1. Survivors ready.
There's a piece of hair. Jesus, Mary.
Gotta clean the whole plate.
Including
Survivors ready? Go! Tony's
Put it in
messing
your
it up.
mouth, baby.
Yeah, keep it on the plate.
Yeah. Do it, Bram. Blindfolded, baby. Oh God. Yeah.
Oh no! Bram, come on!
Put it in your mouth.
All in it.
Jesus Christ!
Chug, just chug.
I can't!
He's done.
That's it. 5 for Lacu.
Wait, are we at
I literally.
5? Okay, never mind.
So today you guys will be having a little bit of milk.
Harmful.
And mixed with some mustard.
I must.
So can you make your face spinach and apple juice?
I got a little bit.
All right, so we have Hannah M versus John with milk and mustard. Survivors ready?
Okay, Johnny boy.
Go!
Please don't puke on that.
I'm gonna show me the inside of the cup as well.
Chug it. Open the hatch. Just chug it.
What is that, a specialty?
Oh my God.
That's another point for Lacu. 6 for Lacu.
Yeah.
John just scarfed that down. If Sarah gets this, then Lacu wins. You guys will be having fried.
Oh my God, that's icy hot.
Yeah, that's delicious.
What?
All people food.
That's calamari.
Oh, crap.
I would eat cat food actually.
I have.
Really?
It was good.
Does it help you sleep?
It's dry.
Sorry, Dry.
Just don't shoot. Can you just bite it then?
All right. Dried squid.
Dried?
This could, it's dry, I got it wrong. This could be for the win for Lacu.
Come on, Sarah.
Survivors ready? Go!
Come on, Sarah.
Eat that!
Rose shoving it in her mouth.
Delicious. Oh, Roz likes
Oh, she's This is good. Sarah, eat it. Put your money where your mouth is.
I love how the crew is like all smiles.
Put that last piece in. You can swallow it. It's on your mouth.
Yours!
You're keeping their game alive. Lacu still leads 6-2.
Okay, you got it.
Actually, we can keep these. Alright, since the peppers are different sizes, we're doing it different way.
Yeah! Oh!
The duck eggs!
No!
Lacu leads 6-2. Bram could win it for Lacu right
You got
here.
this, Bram. You got this, Bram.
Survivors ready.
Yeah! Oh, you got it.
Yep. Come on, go.
Bram!
Come on, Bram. You're a jungle man.
Come on, that man!
Come on, Bram. Wait, score.
Joe has it all in his mouth.
Come on, Bram.
I got the shell, so.
That's it. Look.
I'm stuck in my hand.
Safe from the tribal council.
All right, Lacu, someone can come grab this.
Yeah!
Saved from tribal council. No one will be going home from Lacu. As for Eord, one of you will be voted out of this game. We'll figure out when that will be.
I don't know, I never eat spicy things, and so being presented with a pepper, I looked at it and I was like, is it good for the team? Let's fucking go.
It was nutritious, not a challenge. Yeah, we'll go with that word.
I hate food.
There was definitely a clear divide between the olds and the new. And I decided, like, right off the bat, like, we have to absorb Sarah. Because she's coming from Eord, and so she's an outsider to Lacu and to Mete. So if we absorb her, then we get the upper hand. Yeah, because Lacu, there's something about them that's, like, a little bit unnerving. And I think it's because they hadn't gone to tribal since the first episode, so they're all, like, getting, like, really, really cocky about it. I feel like I'm kind of on my own in a sense, because the way that I thought I was going to play the game totally went out the window. My 4-person alliance with Shelley, Tony, me, and John went out the window, so now it's John and I kind of against the world. We brought in Moses because he's always been on our team, he's always voted with us, and we never, like, tried to do anything to, like, undermine him at all. And if we used him in a vote, it was just so we could split votes. It was never with the intention of him actually leaving or anything. And we trust him, so, like, that's good. And then having Sarah, that forms a new alliance for me, but one that I'm comfortable in because I know, like, you know, the number of people is good because we can kind of overpower, and then also coming from a place of, like, underdog status a little bit.
I walk up, I say the only thing I can't do is fish, it's sardines. So then I'm like thinking on my feet, and I'm up against Bram, who's like, straight men live to eat fucking nasty food. Like, they do this for fun when they're kids.
Let's show you what I had to eat. I'm not gonna open it up because I don't ever want to see or smell it again, but it's this cute little duck egg. Oh wow, yeah, it smells right there.
So then you scoop it out, it's like gloopy, the head's falling off, there's liquid everywhere. I'm appalled, my jaw's dropped. I'm like, can I have a fork, please?
You crack it, there's like this like gelatinous jelly outer layer, and then in the inside there's what I can only describe as like a soft ping pong ball with like with like a melted core. It was disgusting.
And then so I take the fork and I'm like, maybe if I mash it up, I don't have to swallow the whole fish, and I can just condense all of the little mashed up fish into one line and shove it down my throat. That didn't last long because I put it near my mouth and I gagged. And then I don't think any fish really got into my mouth. Some like slipped out to the right and people are like, you got it, Tony. I'm like, joke's on you, I'm not eating any of it. Like, no fish got in my mouth. But then I was fucking like, I can't do this. So I was like, what's next to me? I was like, dumping in the water. And I was like, but now it's just fishy water. And I was like literally I was like, this is genius, this is genius. And then I dumped it and I saw it and I was like, yeah, it looks like diarrhea. I was like staring at Bram. I was like, bitch, do it, finish it. And I was like, everyone's like, Tony, you can do it. And I'm like slowly moving my hand to the cup. I'm like trying actively not to, and I was like, and then Bram's done. And I was like, oh my god, guys, I tried so hard.
We had all of our members there, and they were -1, so we don't know how well Moses could or could not have swallowed some of those things.
Also very
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like that numbers difference.
Okay, when I lost the challenge, I was like, well, you know, do you bleep out the F word?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. I mean, honestly, that's just what happened. I was super excited at first until I realized, like, there's no Lacu here, except for, like, Hannah. Which is great, because, I mean, honestly, she's, like, one of my best friends outside the game. But the thing about me is, like, do I, like, want to get to know people? Yeah, I really do, like, legit. But, like, it takes me, like, a little bit to get used to people and, like, understand their vibes.
Like, food's, like, the one thing I won't judge people on.
No, exactly.
You really, because literally, it's if your body accepts it or not.
Yeah.
I can't just like jump in there and be like, hi, my name's Joseph, and just like act the way I do like around all my other friends. So like they don't know me that much, and like Hannah is like meshing super well with them, and I'm sitting there going, oh no, I'm on the chopping block.
Wasn't there like a lot of drama of the yellow?
There was no drama at all because we loved each other. We just were
Okay,
like,
because people made it
actively,
sound like it.
We actively like loved each other, and I loved Shelley. It was just we weren't strong competitors.
Stefan, Joe, and I have like a very baseline understanding for each other, where it's just like we're all the most level-headed. We all have trust and are capable to trust. So like we right now just like really feel good with each other.
If my original tribe had gone to tribal, it would have been significantly harder because we're all like friends, we all like understand each other, and we wouldn't know who to vote out. But now that we have 3 new people, Tony, Joe Johnson, and Hannah, we're like, it's gonna be one of those 3.
Old Eord started talking again. We were like, well, it's not gonna be any of us. I fought for Hannah to stay on the team because I liked her, I see her as an ally. A bonus to getting Joe out would be, I don't really think we'd be losing much on team, just because, again, I don't know what he adds.
So we call this meeting into session.
So what? Like I was just wondering, like where's your head at? Like.
So, well, I was talking to Joe, and he thinks that he may be in the chopping block.
Yeah, I think like all 3 of us are like, we're in a position with because we're the only people in the tribe that aren't from Eord.
Yeah.
And I think
so we're automatically outliers.
And I think using that, we need to like band together and protect each other at the very least.
My only chance is to take Joe Johnson and Hannah. So I'll have basically 2 alliances, knock on wood, with 2 Joes and 2 Hannahs, as if that weren't confusing enough. I'd have to take them and be like, you and me, we are always going to be, no matter if we align with anyone from Eord, we will be at the bottom of the pecking order. And I was thinking that if I get them and I can convince them that yes, we are in Eord, but we are not in Eord. We are visitors of Eord. They don't see us as members.
I agree. It's a weird situation.
Like,
I really don't know.
is that something you'd be down for?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you know if Joe would be? Because I think this could absolutely protect Joe this week. I know that there's one member of Eord who would be down to like flip. So then we would have the numbers. It's the other Joe.
And then if I can get Joe Scardilli, who I'm very good friends with, to be that one swing vote without letting him know he's a swing vote, we can stage an uprising. And I want Brandon out.
Because Molly was telling me against Brandon.
Yeah. Because that's the only thing that he would go against, and that's the only way we would have the numbers. Yeah, exactly. So like it would have to be either Brandon or probably Joe.
Yeah.
Well, ever since the first day, I wanted Brandon out. I just got vibes from him. I saw myself in him, and I was like, I hate that. Me, Joe Johnson, Joe Scardilli, Hannah, vote against Brandon. That's 4 votes for Brandon.
If Joe's not down, then it'll be one of us.
Rip. I don't wanna be that person, yeah.
Right? I'm not prepared to be that person.
Specifically Brandon, he and I we weren't insanely close, but we talked outside of Survivor. We never had any kind of alliance or anything. When we saw each other outside of it, it was never really like, oh, what are you strategizing, or like, who are you talking to with this or whatever. It was literally just like, hey, how are you feeling?
My fear going forward is that they're going to look at me and be like, oh, she's playing both sides, she's the one being sneaky, she's a risk, let's like just get rid of her off the bat.
Well, Tony's friends with 3 of the 4 old Eord people. It's everybody but Brandon. So Tony's plan, or the plan I gave Tony, was to talk to you and Hannah.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm the one who's coming up with the strategies during challenges. I'm trying to get us in a good position for after merge.
So the plan would be for you 3 and then get one other person from Eord in and vote Brandon off, because Brandon's the one that Tony doesn't like, and that's the only one I could see the rest of them turning against.
Okay. Me and Hannah don't want to align with Tony, because it just seems like there's some kind of relationship between him and Molly right now.
The riskier plan, which is the one Hannah liked more, is going to Brandon and saying that Tony's trying to get people to vote him out.
She's being very suspicious about it, and don't like it.
Like I said,
Wait, so
that's
like
on the risky
Tony?
side.
So we don't want to give her that kind of leverage because she's been calling a lot of the shots recently.
Tony is on your side, and I know that.
It's kind of time to let her know that no, you're not controlling this game.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. Like Hannah and Joskar and I had a conversation last night. I told her, I was like, I consider you an ally, and I like wanted her to feel safe because the way that this game works is like you have to have rings of trust. And so like Joe and I individually have talked about like what are the rings of trust within our group. And so if it's us two, you know, planning to go to the end, what are the rings of trust outside of that?
Because I just had my meeting with Molly and Tony. I'm gonna try to have Tony gone. Don't know if there's any real obvious disadvantage to getting Tony out. He was thinking Brandon. He's trying to get me and the other Joe to vote for you to get out. He's trying to sway Joe too as well.
What does Joe think?
So originally he was like kind of like because he thought that he was the one that mainly had a target on his back.
It became interesting though when I was talking with Hannah. She told me that Tony wanted me out, and he wants me out because I don't know, I'm a strong player. Tony has kind of shown characteristics, you know, just by word of mouth and just visually that bother me, I suppose.
Oh, that scared me.
So Tony wants to vote me out.
Because of my alliance with him and my friendship with him, it's very stressful to have Tony as a member of the team. At some point, he's either going to be faced with the possibility of sending me home, or I'll be faced with the possibility of sending him home, which is, I don't look forward to either situation or outcome.
And he's saying that he thinks that he couldn't, like there would be no other time to get you out. So, I'm trying to tell him.
Damn, he wants me gone.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
He said this early. I do think that Tony is someone that will listen to an extent to who needs to be voted out based on what the majority wishes. But Tony was very strong-headed from even early on in the game that he thought that when Eord went to tribal, even for the first time, that Brandon was a smart choice to send home, and I disagreed since the beginning. So when we talked to Tony, we told him that if he wanted to be safe, he would have to vote with us and decide if we wanted to send home Hannah or Joe.
Joe never reached out to me. And then suddenly Joe Scardelli did, Roz did, and Stefan did. And it looks like they're gonna want to use me to vote with them to get Joe Johnson out. It looks like Joe Johnson's going home. And at this point, I can't even feel bad. Do I want Brandon out more? Yes, that's because I think long term he's much more of a threat. But, like, I have no sympathy for people who they know they're in trouble and don't do anything about it.
Well, and we will give you this this idol.
No. If they pull a fast one on me, they could be trying to get me to get rid of the idol. So if I play it and I don't go, I use the idol for no reason. And if I don't play it and then I get the votes.
What do you mean? We give it to you because Hannah will be sitting with you, right? So
yeah,
she can be like, Joe, I want to give you the idol I have, and then you can use it, right?
I mean, we don't want to do that because then she'll get a target on her back.
Okay,
like
that's complicated because if you want to stay on the show, we have a backup plan. You'll get the idol, but I don't know if you're willing to. There's no problem.
I'm scared about destroying the idol.
I'm fine.
So I am probably gonna be going home. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I can just feel it, you know. Molly was like, so we have two plans, non-risky and risky. Hannah likes the risky. And I was like, of course. So where is the hidden immunity idol? Molly has the hidden immunity idol.
It would be smart for her and Tony to pretend to hate each other.
Yeah, that's what Spencer and Isabella did.
What happened.
So guess what? We're not doing it.
We're not doing doing that.
Okay. She's like, let me know which vote you're gonna go with. If you're gonna either go with Brandon or if you're gonna go with Tony. And we're like, why does she need to know that?
Yeah.
Like that's not.
She'll find out eventually. It just, I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy.
And then, it's Tay. It's Tay. Hey, how do you feel that I could possibly maybe go on home tonight?
Rip.
I will kill whoever votes off Joe that isn't me.
I'm thrown into like a new environment with people that already have like alliances with other people, so I need to play it cool. I just heard my name being thrown around a lot, and I was like, oh god, because she was telling me that everyone's like.
Have you talked to people then? I talked to Brandon and I talked to the other Joe.
Play this.
Play it.
Play it.
Okay.
And that's what if I hear
get a
something
feel
else,
of the room.
Because then.
Everything, obviously.
Because I'm scared of you just not playing it and then I get to waste it if you go home.
Yeah. And I need to play it in a way that I'm not trying to dominate anything. It's like, look, this is your tribe because it literally is your tribe. I'm gonna just lay it low for a little bit.
I mean, I can tell you now, you have nothing to fear from me because Tony wants me gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want him gone. I did have an initial alliance with Tony, so I was very excited, especially considering that he's a friend outside the show, when he came to Eord. And I've got a personal friend from in and out of the game that's just joined my team. For Joe, he seemed like a strong competitor and a good leader, but he also seemed like sort of a force to be reckoned with, that when the time came, he could turn on us or overpower us or sway votes.
I have all three clues. Like, I think I'm the only person in the game who has all three clues. Everyone's being sketchy towards me right now, and I'm getting heavy vibes that I'm going home. No matter what, if I don't feel comfortable, I will play my immunity idol.
So, like, I really like Tony. But, like, I also really like Eord, and I like Eord more than Tony. OG Eord. And they want me to vote Tony, but Tony's been telling me all this shit about Joe. Old, like, non-OG, not my Joe, the white Joe. And I don't like him. And that's what Tony's gonna vote for. I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. No, I actually really don't know.
But there was a bonus of getting Joe Johnson out because he has an alliance with Hannah. And so it's like, well, if you could break up this alliance now, and so we can make them scramble and like, you know, and be able to influence them, whatever, because then they'd be alone. Tony has, like, he was talking about having this alliance with Molly, who's on the other team, and it's just kind of scary. So you still have an alliance with somebody else on the other team, which it makes sense. That's the game. But like, we know that, and it's not secret anymore. And so, how can we keep you on our team if we can't even trust you?
So, the tribes swap. Hannah, what is the immediate reaction to the new tribes?
I guess I should have seen a tribe swap coming, though I was like surprised at first. However, I was glad that I ended up with the people that are on this tribe because there's just a lot of positivity, and I feel like it's an opportunity, and so it's different, but it's exciting.
Stefan, the reality of the situation is there's 4 previous Eord, 1 Mete, and 2 previous Lacu. Are former tribe mentalities still existing now?
Well, yeah, I can't lie. Like, we became friends. We didn't have many reasons to, like, you know, vote each other off because we only had 1 tribal. So we didn't really have time to form grudges against each other because we didn't need to. We are friends and we're very similar. We're getting close, which honestly kind of makes the game harder.
So Joe, that's got to be Joe Johnson. Hey Joe. Joe Johnson, that's got to be a little bit worrying for you because there's 4 former Eords sitting together that make up an easy majority.
I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, I guess really worry to like a certain extent. I mean, because that always sits in the back of your mind. I don't think that really like scares me. I think as much anymore because like getting to know them like past like 1 or 2 days. 2.5 days. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it feels like I've known them for like a couple weeks, so it's pretty cool. Like
Tony, Joe Johnson's talking about, oh yeah, getting to know people. It's all fun, but at the same time, somebody is going home tonight. How do you ensure that that's not going to be you?
I think it really all depends on like kind of chance. Like I'm not, because we're all three new, and it just really depends on timing and a variety of other things. There's only so much you could do.
Brandon, should the other 3 of these people be worried about tonight's tribal council?
I mean, we've all kind of accepted that we've acknowledged that the reality is that the other 3 members of the tribe came from other tribes. So, I mean, yeah, that's logical.
So it seems like pretty clearly this 4 Eord is sticking together. Roz, is there any doubt about anybody on your tribe maybe flipping? Because it is only 4 on, looking like 4 on 3 right now.
No. No was the right answer, right? Like, like I trust them with honestly my life. When this tribe came together, we said it the first second of day 1. We're one tribe, and like we need to like view it like that for the rest of the day, and we talked about being positive. So like, I'm not really worried, and I sort of refuse to be.
So Joe Scar, let's talk about idols a little bit. Because idols could play a factor into this vote. Do you think that there's any fear about idols being out there?
I would say there's not a particular fear of idols, except that there's always a constant fear that any person right here could have an idol and anyone could be lying to everyone, and that's constantly terrifying.
Because once you switch the teams up, like we don't know what clues, if they could have found a clue, we don't know. So the doubt factor is raised when it comes to when you mix up the teams.
So anyway, Tony, Roz is talking about a whole unified tribe, and everybody seems to be acting pretty comfortable. But at the same time, people are saying, oh, there's a former Eord majority, that's the reality of the situation. Are you 3 just kind of gonna sit back and just kind of let that happen?
I think that's honestly just what's to be expected. Like, you can't be in the minority and like join a tribe that's already been formed and expect for them to turn on each other. For the future, I just plan on, of course, if I'm staying the game after tonight, just like fostering closer bonds with these people and everyone in the tribe, and just like working with getting to know them as people.
All right, it is time to vote. Joe Scar, you're up first.
This vote was brought to you by Apple.
If it were like my own choice, Brendan would be on this right now. But Joe, I really hope you're on every other ballot, and at this point it's kill or be killed, so.
So, I hope to God that you didn't find some other kind of hidden immunity idol. Because if so...
I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Tony. Tony, that's 2 votes, Tony. Joe J. It's 1 vote, Joe Johnson. 2 votes, Tony. Tony, that's 3 votes, Tony. Fifth person voted out of Survivor Boston Beacon Hill. Tony.
T.
Honestly,
T.
Tony, the tribe's spoken.
Thank you very much, guys.
Need you to head out. Alright, Alright, so it seemed to be a clear decision tonight, but keep in mind that this is an individual game. Grab your stuff and head on out. Good night.
Can I take this?
Can I just say?
That felt too bad. I didn't like that at all.
I
I don't like that.
Mary was easy.
Mary was easy.
Can we bring?
Is this like a group confessional right now?
Well, I was obviously like kind of expecting this, but towards the end I got a little more comfortable. Obviously that I didn't use my idol, but I really think my mistake in the game was probably trusting Joe. Not to say like trusting Molly was a mistake, but maybe going forth with like a big move so quickly and trusting Joe so quickly probably was my mistake. I'm not sure what I would do differently aside from trust certain people, maybe not trust Joe because that's the only thing that I think really fucked me over. And who I hope to see Molly actually genuinely making it pretty far.